What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Anastasia Matias and I help you grow and become the best version of yourself. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 11 tips that will help you stop spending money on things that you don't need so that you can save money and live your best life. So if you're interested in that, then you definitely want to keep on watching this video all the way up until the end. Now let's get right into it. My first tip for you guys is to write down your why and remind yourself of your financial goals often. Why is it that you want to stop spending money on things that you don't need? Do you want to save up because you want to go on a trip? Do you want to get out of debt? Do you want to save up for your children's college fund? Do you want to be able to pay for a new car? What is it that you want to do? And make sure that you have your financial goals set up on a piece of paper and put it somewhere where you can see it all the time. Do you want to be able to save $2,000 a month? Do you want to be able to make $10,000 a month? What is it that you want? And make sure that you're writing it down somewhere so that you can see it all the time and you remember why you aren't spending money on things that you don't need right now. My second tip for you guys is whenever you are wanting to buy an item that is over $100, think about it for a couple days and just sleep on it before you actually purchase it. This is something that I use all the time when I'm in the store and I see something that's pretty expensive and I tell myself in that moment, I need it right now, I need to get it. And then I remind myself, you know what? Let me set it down and let me sleep on it for a couple of days. If it's something that I actually truly want and desire and need in my life, then I'll go back and buy it. But many times you find out that you'll forget about the item altogether when you set it back down and just think about it for a couple of days. Thus saving yourself money and potentially hundreds of dollars that you could be using on things that you actually need. My third tip for you guys is to always shop with a list in hand or a list in your mind. You definitely want to make sure that you always have some sort of goal when you're shopping at the store, when it comes to groceries, or even when you're out shopping for clothes, whatever it may be. You want to make sure that you have a list so you know exactly what you came there for, so that you're not leaving with extra things that you didn't need to buy. This tip helps me so much because when I'm at the store and I try to grab things that aren't on my list, I remind myself, you know what? Let me stick to my list. Even if it's a certain small list in my head, I'm gonna stick to my list and what I came here for, and if I really want that thing, then the next time I come to the store, I'll put that on my list. My fourth tip for you guys is to remember that you aren't saving money on something that you weren't intending to buy in the first place. Now let me explain that to you. I mean, we all understand what it's like to go to the store, see something that's $50 off when the original price is $200, and you think that you're saving $50 by getting that jacket or getting that certain item, when really you're spending $150. It's a great tactic for a business owner to do that, but for a consumer, it's not good when you have a specific goal that you want to reach and you think that you're saving money when really at the end of the day you're spending money. This happened to me a lot of times and it still happens here and there when I think I'm saving $30 on a shirt that's originally $50 but I'm only spending $20. Like, let's be honest here, I'm just spending $20. I'm not saving the $30. I wasn't intending to buy that in the first place. So just make sure that you remember that when you see something that's on sale when you weren't even intending to buy it in the first place. My fifth tip for you guys on the journey to not spend money on things that you don't need is to remove all temptation. Do you follow somebody on Instagram that posts about new outfits that she gets all the time? Unfollow her for a time being so that you're not inspired to go buy new clothes as well. Do you subscribe to a newsletter from a certain store so you see all their deals that they have all the time that inclines you to go and buy new outfits? Unsubscribe from that newsletter so that you're not seeing those things all the time that are making you want to go and buy things. Do you drive by Starbucks every single day on your way to work, which makes you want to go and buy a drink every single day? Then go a different route, even if it takes a couple minutes longer so that you're not wanting to spend money on something that you don't need. Now, an extra $5 a day might not seem that much, but at the end of the year, if you had an extra $5 a day, that's over $1,800 that you could have had instead of spending it on a drink or spending it on a sandwich or things that you don't need. Saving money here and there really does add up over time. My sixth tip for you guys is don't go shopping with friends who persuade you or push you to want to buy new things that you don't need. I'm not saying to just get rid of friends and never hang out with them again, but when you know that they're going to persuade you to buy new outfits when they're buying new outfits, or maybe because they're buying new outfits you get inspired to buy more, just stay away from those situations and encourage your friends to do something that doesn't include spending a whole bunch of money, so that you're not wasting money and you're still having an enjoyable time with your friends. My 7th tip for you guys is to check the reviews on items that are over $50. Now, this could be items that are over $50, $30, $70, whatever it may be that's for you. Just check the reviews on items that are a little bit more than what you would spend regularly, because you don't want to be wasting money if you can help it. I do this when it comes to certain items, and it has helped me a lot, because there's items that you think that are going to be amazing and work really well, and you go to the reviews and most of them say that they don't work right, or there's a flaw, or different things like that. So it's great to just make an educated purchase by actually going and doing your research when it's a good amount of money. I'm not saying that $50 is a lot of money, but if you could help not losing it, why not do your research first and then make the purchase, so that you're being educated about what you're spending your money on. My 8th tip for you guys, this is one of my favorite tips that you should definitely do, is learn how to make your favorite restaurant food at your house. This is something that I do all the time. I go to Pinterest, I go to Google, and I find my favorite food that I get at restaurants. I find the recipes and I make it at my house. So I'm spending a fraction of the cost, and because of that, I'll have multiple meals that I'll be able to eat instead of just one time and spending a lot of money at a restaurant that I don't get to have another time without spending that same amount of money. This can be really fun. I love cooking, I love doing this, but even if you don't love cooking, it's a great way to save money, and it really doesn't take that long. You can have a lot of fun with it and have certain nights where you make your favorite meals from restaurants and make it fun with your family. I absolutely love doing this and learning how to make my favorite meals at restaurants at home and save money because I'm doing that. My 9th tip for you guys is to not buy things on impulse just because you're emotional. This could be because you're happy or sad or mad or whatever it may be. You're tired, you know. To save yourself spending money on something that you don't need but you think you need, why don't you just find things that you have at your house that you can make to eat, make yourself a nice big meal, and then watch one of your favorite shows on Netflix for a night, or go on a nice walk somewhere near you. Find other ways to make yourself happy than just wasting $30 to $50 on a meal or something. If you're already happy and you want to go celebrate something, find other ways to celebrate than just spending $100 on a party or whatever it may be. There's other ways you can celebrate and make yourself happier or make yourself not tired, whatever it may be, within your budget without you going to splurge on shopping or splurge on food, whatever it may be. Tip number 10, which isn't a shocker, is to keep a budget. Now this can be multiple videos, which it will be. I will have multiple videos on budgeting and different things that will help you with that, but you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping yourself a budget so that you're not overspending on things that you don't need. My 11th tip for you guys, which will help you guys in this whole entire journey, is don't deprive yourself from things that you want. You're probably just like, girl, you just told me not to buy things that I don't need. Okay, yes. This is all about buying things that you don't need, but it's totally okay to give yourself a certain budget to get things that you want. Now, let's say you're pushing for a certain goal. You definitely want to make that budget smaller, but if you have hit all your financial goals in your life, there's nothing wrong with putting things that you want on your list. And even throughout this journey, put things that you want on your list. Maybe you love to eat out, and you do eat at home most of the time, but you want to give yourself a small budget for eating out every month. That's totally fine. It's just so that whenever, let's say you have that urge, you have a budget for it so that you're not going over your budget and ruining everything if you do go out to eat. Or if you want to go shopping and you want to spend money on new clothes, give yourself a budget every single month so that you're controlling what you're spending money on and you are getting the things that you want, but on a budget still, and you're keeping a budget that works for you. So there's nothing wrong with getting things that you want throughout this journey. Now, I hope this helped you guys. I know that managing your money is a journey, and no one's perfect at it. There's times when you're gonna mess up. There's times when you're not gonna follow your budget. But just remember that even the smallest step towards your goal is still a step, and you're still closer to your goal. So start imperfect and just start. So if you guys love this video, then please subscribe and please like it because it helps me so much. And I'll see you guys next week.